I will write. I will take my pen, day or night. I will then fetch my book in bed or out of bed. I will write. I will let my soul speak. I will keep my hands in motion. Let the lines of my stanzas become the song, the word we hear. I will write. I will let my good and bad memories flow on a paper. Let my heart describe the cracks and joy within. I will not stop repeating the story, others' story that are hard to define. I will ask you to please honor my works, to just know my pen writes what my soul tells. I will just keep on writing. I will keep on listening to my heart. I will still hear the so different stories to write. I'll create hope, for my pen was gifted. My hand was blessed. I will write for some fail to write. I'll speak for them maybe. I will write for the world to notice. I will write to stop wrongdoings. I will write to keep the glory. I will write to rise. I will still be writing. I will simply tell you to read and listen to my writings. I will tell you to just watch carefully my paintings to understand why I can't speak. I will ask you to stop questioning me more. I will write to keep the glory. I will write to rise. I will be writing and still be writing. I will ask you to please handle my situations. Ask you to please listen carefully to what I speak through, even though my soul. I will write. I will write. I will write. My name is Ingabire Greta. I'm an artist. I do paintings and poetry and sometimes theater. In my art, I always find myself doing expressive art. I do express myself through art. I talk through art. And basically my paintings or my written words are always some kind of expression. It's like I break my silence through art, and which is normally where people get to know what I'm really talking about that is in me. So sometimes I also do slamming. I go out there and make the written words into a spoken word and talk about my poetry, recite the poem actually. Yeah, so my art is mainly based on expression. I started doing what I do right now. I don't know when exactly, but when I was a young girl, I used to be a silent kid, and that made me find something that I could maybe talk to. And sometimes I would write some stories in my book, or maybe I had a diary. I could write the day, how it went, and all that. And sometimes for the gifts of my friends, I could just make some drawings, flowers and some kind of things. So it made me feel like comfortable to do that rather than going to play. Yes, I used to play, but it wasn't like I did that like the way I did with writing and drawing. So I didn't even love the fact that I was that kind of child. But when something is yours, or maybe if you're going to be someone, it doesn't go away. It always chases you. Like you always go anywhere you go and you find that again. So I used to write and not mind about what I write or what I draw. But my friends used to like it, and they always told me, I also want a gift on my birthday of you drawing me, or maybe drawing some kind of the things that you draw. So that was the way I could connect with art. And I remember sometimes I could even stop doing it, and by the end of the day, or maybe like I spend like years without doing it, and at the end of the day I always come back and do that thing. So when I started primary 6, that's when I started writing poems. So my stories or in my diary, the things that I wrote became poetry. And I didn't even figure out that it was really poetry. I just thought they're just abstract words that doesn't mean anything. Only me could express through it. So that's when I started doing poems. My friends told me that that was poetry, so I just said, yeah, why not continue doing such things? If my friends like it, maybe other people would love it. So I started writing poems when I was in my P6, and then I developed it to my secondary, but I was always shy about making it a spoken word, and I always shy to make it people know what I do. I always stayed with it and only for my friends and my relatives, my siblings. And up to when I came to a point to realize that what I do can maybe impact people and can maybe find a way to connect with people or to be with people and talk together. So that's when I started doing slumming. I started it when I was in my senior 5. I remember the first time I had to slum, it was in school, and I talked about girls' power and something like that, and a lot of people loved it, and I was so impressed. I thought, like, this is not going to be really a good performance, but to my surprise, many people loved it. So I thought, why not? Let me just continue doing it. I also do slumming. Slumming is a part of poetry that makes a poet connect with people. Before doing slumming on my own, I always make rehearsals that make me go deep into my poetry as myself and understand what I really wrote, and also make this performance feel alive with people. I rehearse to make it alive so that people can project themselves through my poetry or can understand what exactly I'm talking to them. So I always make it in a different way so that people could feel my poems and also understand it. And I do use different styles, different ways. So slumming for me, it's a great chance to go out there and meet the people and talk about poems, talk about the experiences in life and all that. It makes me connect with people and also make them understand what is over my experience as an artist, and make the creativity of slumming run into what they want to understand or what they want to hear from us artists.